Welcome to Kids Coding Show. My name is Sam.
Hello, my name is Danby.
I'm so glad that you find this channel. We make a coding tutorial for kids.
I am 11 years old. I'm so excited to learn coding from my dad. I think he's awesome.
Although the tutorial of this channel intended for kids, the content is still valuable for any age. We will cover all the basics of web development that include HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and we'll teach you how the internet works.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, well, it's totally okay. To keep your attention and interest, we'll make this tutorial dynamic and interactive.
I will demonstrate by myself the whole coding experience covered in each tutorial so that you guys can follow exactly what I learn in practice.
I will make this tutorial as concise as possible and add fun activities for each topic.
Let's dive in. I can't wait.
Let's do it! To learn web development, we have to learn three languages: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. In this tutorial, I will teach all together. This approach makes sense because websites include all three to properly work on internet.
That sounds cool, Dad. Where do we start then?
First, let's talk about a little bit how those three languages are being used on a website. They have their own different uses. HTML structure web content, CSS stylize the content, and JavaScript adds actions to website.
So they are helping each other to make a website, right? It sounds like a lot. Should we learn all of them to make a website?
Yes, you're right, but don't be overwhelmed now. I will lead you step by step. Let's talk about JavaScript first. Today, I will introduce an object.
JavaScript object, Dad?
Yes, look around you. Can you name the objects you are seeing?
A table, lights, a camera, computer, violin, everything?
True. We live with many objects, or we can say that everything is object. In programming world, objects are very important. Programmers create objects to make a software. Likewise, web developers use objects to make a website.
Then how can we create an object?
There are several ways to create an object with JavaScript. Today, I will teach the basic one called object literal. You can define an object like this. Simply inside curly brace, add property colon value pairs. Pay attention, there is a colon between property and value, and each property value pair is separated with a comma.
It is like descriptions about our car.
Yes, you can also create an object for living one, like a people. How about an object for cabin, like this?
Wow. Basically, we could create an object for everything. What about some abstract things? For example, a course.
Possible. We can make it like this, an object for math.
Okay, we just learned how to create an object in JavaScript. How do we use it?
Slow down. I know that you are excited. The reason that I taught today JavaScript object is not to use it right away. Rather, I want to show how they can be accessed in browser and website.
You mean we can access to the objects that other people made?
You're right. Let's open Chrome browser.
Okay.
Holding Shift plus Control key at the same time and hit J key. It will open the developer console. The developer console is a special tool for web programmer. They use it to inspect many things underneath a website.
What shall we inspect?
Okay, let's click Console tab. This is the place that we can interact with the browser. In the console, type in the object that we just talked about. What about car object?
Okay, I will type fast.
Now we created car object. However, browser cannot utilize it until you store it somewhere. We need a container to store it. We call the container a variable. I will explain about variable more detail in next tutorial. Now just put the object in a car variable. Can you type var space car space equal sign space curly brace?
Like this?
Yeah, exactly. First, we declare car variable using var keyword. And using an equal sign, we assign the car object to the variable. Now we can use the car in our program.
So we declared a car variable, and then we assigned the car object to the variable.
Great! Now let's test it. To access the name of the car object, you can type car dot name. See what it returns.
Car.name. Enter. It returns Honda Fit, our car name.
Now you learn how to access the property of object. What about the color of the car?
I can type car.color. Enter. It returns silver. Hooray!
Great! It's important to remember that you use dot to access the value of a property. This is our tutorial today. In the next tutorial, we will do some activities using JavaScript object. Before we close, would you summarize what you learned today?
Yes, we learned that we need to know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to be a web developer. You taught me how to create a JavaScript object. I used a curly brace to contain an object's properties and values. We assigned our car object to a variable named car. And finally, we could access to the value of the car. We simply add a dot.
Great job, Tanvi. I'm sure that our audience enjoyed this tutorial so much. This is a great start.
Thanks, Dad, for your teaching. Now we say bye to our audience.
Don't forget to subscribe.
See you friends next time.
Bye.